I'm joined by Joe Schad from the Palm Beach Post. This guy knows the Dolphins inside and out. And Joe, let me start right at the top here. Is there any way the Dolphins don't make their first pick, don't use it on a quarterback?
You wouldn't have thought that would be the case, but it actually is. One option for general manager Chris Grier is to use the 5th pick on a starting left tackle and then hope that Tua Tagovailoa or Justin Herbert slides to their 2nd pick, or they could target Jordan Love of Utah State, or they could use some of their draft capital to move up and take a quarterback with a higher slot in the 1st round.
Talking about that draft capital, how important or maybe how hopeful are the Dolphins or their fans that whatever quarterback they end up with, it won't have to cost them more than one first-round pick?
Well, the Dolphins love Joe Burrow, but it's pretty clear that even if they were to yield 3 first-round draft choices, Cincinnati isn't willing to go in that direction. I think it's the strong preference of Chris Grier to not trade up to that 3rd spot with Detroit. The Dolphins have so many needs: running back, offensive tackle, edge, guard. There's just so many positions that they want to fill that they'd really rather not give up supplemental assets.
What do you think the organization's stance is right now on the debate between Tua and Justin Herbert?
I do believe there are some people in the Dolphins organization who think it makes sense to roll the dice on Tua's health. And, he's clearly the best quarterback on tape in terms of accuracy, poise, instincts, leadership style. I mean, he's everything the Dolphins have won. They tore it down to the studs in an effort to tank for Tua. And if Tua is sitting there and they pass, that is an incredible decision by general manager Chris Grier. However, Justin Herbert looks the part. He's big, tall, strong. So I really think that this is the most difficult decision of general manager Chris Grier's life.
With all the work the Dolphins did defensively in free agency, especially with these first 5 picks they have in the first 58 spots, do you think they should and will, primarily concentrate on offense one way or another with those high picks?
The Dolphins have to emerge the first round of the NFL draft on Thursday with a starter at left tackle. Whether it's at 5, 18, 26, or if the Dolphins move up, which would be their preference, to get one of the top 4 offensive tackles, they might have to move up from 18 into that 10 to 14 area. But no doubt offense is the priority over defense, as much as they would still like to select a speedy pass rusher.
I think 12 months ago, we all looked at this Dolphins rebuild as a long-term project, and this draft would be an accumulation of talent, maybe even 2 months ago. With Tom Brady out of the division, without really a superpower team, the Dolphins and maybe their fans think if they can hit, maybe not even a home run, maybe a triple in this draft, that they could be competitive in 2020, this fall.
I mean, Brian Flores in the first year, Thad, he somehow managed to win 5 games, cost himself a little bit in the draft with 2 wins in their last 2 games. But he and his staff managed to do that, which with a bunch of undrafted players and cast-offs from the now defunct AAF. I mean, it's really amazing what this guy did. So you give him some talent, and there's no doubt they believe that they can compete for a playoff spot in 2020, if in fact there is a football season, as we all hope.
We go into every draft. This is the most important draft. Team needs to do this, that. How big a draft is this for the Dolphins? Going back to the Marino era, is this, one of the more watershed, selection meetings Miami's going to have?
Yeah, this is the most important draft in Miami Dolphins franchise history, and that is not hyperbole. With all the ammunition, with all the first-round draft choices, with all the picks in the top 70, general manager Chris Grier must hit a series of home runs, and he knows that if he doesn't, he will be gone.
Simply put. Joe Schad from the Palm Beach Post. Great insight, man. I really appreciate your time.
Thanks, Dad.